As you know, children with phonic gaps often don't just struggle with the phonics part. They're often children who struggle with a lack of confidence, with that resilience of needing to try again to be a better reader, and also they struggle with that sense of achievement because they see what it looks like to be a reader. They see themselves at those very early stages and they can see that it's going to be an overwhelming mountain to be able to climb. So by the end of this film though, I'm going to introduce you to a simple game which isn't going to solve all of those things overnight, but by playing this game over and over again, not only will you be building children's phonic gaps, but you'll also be helping to develop their confidence through a fun and simple game, to build that idea of resilience. So they're going to be repeating, so they get that idea of a sense of achievement and pride in being able to read the words. So let's play.
For more than a decade, I've trained thousands of practitioners, teachers and parents in how to teach phonics and early reading spectacularly well. And on this channel I'm sharing heaps of phonics games, reading activity ideas and top tips with you. So subscribe to my channel to add a bit of sparkle into your phonics and early reading teaching, and don't forget to click the bell to be notified for new videos every single Thursday.
So this simple dice game really works with children with phonic gaps because you can choose the words really carefully. You can pick the words in the dice that really match the phonic gaps that the children have. Also, it's fast-paced, fun and repetitive. So the children are getting to read the same words that they need to practice over and over and over again without realising how hard they're actually trying. Let's take a look.
The dice game.
So to play this dice game with children, all you need is the dice and 6 words. The words have been picked because they're words including the new learning for this week. So I've got the diagram OI, O-I in the middle of words and an OY at the end of words. I'm using cards today for this example because this is part of this consistent whole school approach. They've got sand buttons there. But it's more important that you choose the way that suits your school best. So if you don't use sand buttons and you highlight the diagram, or if you handwrite, if you follow a cursive script, these probably wouldn't be right either. So make sure you're consistently following that whole school approach. That's really important for the children so that they're not getting those mixed messages. And make sure the words that you're using are words that you've already been using in the previous sessions during the lessons. That's also quite important. Now this is a game where children are all going to be joining in all together, so you need to expect that to happen. It's a stand up, roll the dice, everybody say each of the separate sounds, then blend them back together game. It's a reading game and it's a beat the clock challenge. So the children are going to be rolling the dice, saying each of the separate sounds, blending them to read the whole words back together, and you're going to be keeping score of how many words they manage to read in 1 minute. This is great because it manages to keep the children on track if you use a timer, rather than just randomly passing the dice around and the activity dragging. And what they need to do is to try and increase their score every time they play the game. So let's have a practice. Turn the timer over. Let's go. Oi, soil. Oi, toy. Oi, boy. Oi, toy. At the end of a minute, what we need to do is write down our score, make a record of the score. So let's imagine it was 15 in 1 minute, and every time we play the dice game we're going to try and beat our score.
Comment below and let me know how you got on. I'd love to hear from you.
So we know that the biggest difference can be made with children, not only by the games that we play, but the environment that we create for children's learning. And for children with phonic gaps, this is really, really important because these are often children that not only struggle with the phonics element, but they can often be children who struggle to concentrate and listen and really focus on the task in hand. So my phonics top tip for you working with children with phonic gaps is to really think about the space that you're working in. Is it free from auditory or noise clutter, as in, is it a noisy environment and they're going to be easily distracted by the sounds around them? And is it free from visual clutter? So are there lots of things for them to look at and focus on which aren't to do with the task in hand? This is so important, because for those children to focus, they find it really difficult. And the more we can help them to focus on just those 6 words that we want them to read in this simple dice game, the more success you're going to have.
If you're currently working with children in Key Stage 1 or Key Stage 2 who have phonic gaps and you're looking for a phonic intervention program which really works, I've got just the thing. My GAPS Phonic Intervention program is a training package, set of activities and planning for phonic interventions from year 1 onwards. And if you'd like to be one of the first people to try this for free, then there's a link in the description below. And if it's activity ideas you're after, this film might also really help you out. There's a beat the clock challenge game in this video that I know your children will love. And if today's video has been helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe to the channel and click the bell to be notified for more phonics activities, ideas and top tips every single week. Bye for now.